Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is the Ripper Danny B. Welcome to Haven Wrestling, and tonight we're kicking this thing off big and proud. Please welcome on the way to the ring, Stu Bennett. Look at that there, Stu's here to speak and the crowd just won't let him, but let's give Stu Bennett his moment. Well, you heard the man there. The reason he attacked Cody Rhodes, he did what he had to do to make sure he advanced in the tournament, and Cody Rhodes, according to Stu Bennett at least, will not be making it into the building tonight because Stu has brought his own security with him to make sure that Cody can't even get into the ring. But well, we'll move on. We'll look at it here. James Storm, who also advanced last week with a big win, walking down the ramp now. In fact, he got his win over Rey Mysterio, who you saw in the background there. James Storm will be in action next as the Haven Heavyweight Championship Tournament continues. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a second round match in the Haven Heavyweight Wrestling Tournament. Introducing first from San Luis Potosí, Mexico, weighing in at 255 pounds, Alberto El Patron. Of course, big win over Jack Hager a couple of weeks back for Alberto El Patron. Count out victory, but all the same it worked for El Patron, who moves on. And look at him now, the pride of Mexico, prepared for a fight here tonight. The London crowd, a little bit lukewarm reception for El Patron. He's got some respect, certainly. There are some that aren't too happy that he got through on a count out, some that certainly prefer his opponents, but we'll have to wait and see. It promises to be a good match all in all. His opponent this evening from the great state of Tennessee, weighing in at 242 pounds, the Cowboy, James Storm. As I say, Cowboy here advanced with a big win over Rey Mysterio last week. The last cool super kick, putting James Storm in this second round, this quarterfinal. In fact, it may even be a semi-final, isn't it? It's only an 8-man tournament, so it was a semi-final matchup. 2 weeks' time, we will have our first Haven Heavyweight Champion. The idea of that alone, to me, is incredible. The match will get underway in a moment. James Storm, get a little overexcited now. James Storm getting ready to enter the ring. Look at El Patron on the other side there. James hasn't seen him yet. El Patron into the ring. Look at that chop block. Referee is calling for the bell, and I'm surprised at that. I would have thought he would have given Storm a chance to get into the corner and collect himself, but it turns out the Cowboy don't need it. Flurry of strikes followed up by the backbreaker there on James Storm. Look at that over the top back body drop by El Patron. Alberto El Patron, he wants this. He's made that very, very clear. He will go to any lengths to achieve it. The crowd not happy at all that Patron went to cheapen this match up by an early start, but as James Storm comes fighting back now, the crowd warming up a little bit, but El Patron. There's a right hand there. Patron hasn't even let Storm get his coat off yet. I mean, that's where this match is at so far. James Storm rising to his feet as El Patron perches on the top rope. It's going to go big axe handle. That's what I thought. Double axe handle across the skull there. El Patron is feeling it. He is confident. He is cocky. James Storm trying to get back to his feet now, trying to fight back. Patron just throws him straight into the announcer's table. James Storm going to come back from that note. The counter there from Patron. And look at that step up into Guri. Steps up off the thigh of the cowboy. And El Patron sends Storm. I thought Storm was going to go crashing into the barricade there. He seemed to have stumbled before he got there. There's a 6 count from the referee. We've got to be careful here. If neither man make it back in, it is a double elimination. There's 8. Again, step up insecurity from Alberto El Patron. Patron going to get back into the ring. He's done it again, hasn't he? 10. He has as well. What? I don't believe it. I mean, I believe it. I believe it entirely. But Alberto El Patron is victorious. Moves on to the final in 2 weeks. Here's the graphic. Alberto El Patron advances. I can't believe it. 2 in a row by count out, and that time it was definitely deliberate. You think about looking at it back now, that was definitely deliberate. We're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen. Last time on Haven Wrestling, we saw the debut of JB Kazuya, and let's not forget, this is the entire match length you are watching right here. That is the beginning of the matchup. We cut into, okay, I'll cut it away a little bit, alright? The Kamehameha kick levels Fire Wing, and in about 21 seconds flat, JB Kazuya makes a statement like no other. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the ring, Omega. And his opponent this evening from Brighton, England, weighing in at 255 pounds, JB Kazuya. The next gen division represented good and well by baby brother Kazuya. 255 pounds. Man of very few words is JB Kazuya, but that Kamehameha kick is one of the most devastating super kicks in the business today. There's a lot of young bucks out there who think they can kick the life out of anyone, but they have not stepped in the ring with the likes of the Kamehameha kick. So, let's get it on. Omega there in the corner. Omega, a bit of a veteran. He's been around the world many, many times. He's happy to get the opportunity tonight to showcase his skills. Omega just laying in wait there. Look at that. Omega was waiting for Kazuya to come to him, and Kazuya, I think Omega was waiting for the kick, was waiting for a strike. Luther's press connects, and now JB Kazuya, look at this, just going to town, kicking the ever-living hell out of Omega into the corner. This kid, 23 years old, from Brighton, England, baby. The greatest city in the world. Look at him go to town on this wily veteran. Omega is stunned. He doesn't know what to do. Big clothesline there in the corner, and Kazuya, 255 pounds, going up to the top rope. Elbow drop. Here's the cover. 1, 2. There's a kick out from Omega. He's not done yet. He just about summons the strength. JB Kazuya, big elbow. And now Kazuya, look at this, into the corner. 2. May. Ha. May. Kick. takes his time. 1, 2, 3. You can have counted to 1 billion. Believe me. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, JB Kazuya. Didn't even break a sweat. Didn't even break a sweat. Ladies and gentlemen, JB Kazuya. Hang on a minute, that's Trey Macia. The beast of Mount Sinai. Look at this stare down. Oh, come on, we're cutting away. That's why we're cutting away. Oh my god. James Storm. That's Pete Dunne. That's Trent Seven. That's British Strong Style. Mysterio chasing them away, but what the hell was that about? British Strong Style have just leveled James Storm backstage. And we're moving straight on, are we? Okay. Let's do that. Why not? There's nothing going on around the world. JB Kazuya is staring down Trey Macia. James Storm has been attacked, and we've got another matchup, so let's just get it on, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest in the Haven Heavyweight Division is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Perry, Oklahoma, weighing in at 277 pounds, Jack Hager. Unfortunate last week was Jack Hager in the Heavyweight Championship tournament. As we documented during the match with Alberto El Patron, he was counted out last week. Hager says, you know what? I got caught. He got the better of me. But we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let that stick. We are going to move on. And we are going to make sure that we give ourselves an opportunity. He's going to go out there tonight and he's going to try and prove he still belongs here in Haven. Of course, he's not the only one trying to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent this evening from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 230 pounds. Long Island IC Zack Ryder. Unsuccessful last week was Zack Ryder in his matchup against Tetsuya Naito. And if you were paying attention to what Zack said before the matchup, he needed that win. He needed to prove that he belonged. He needed to prove that the Revolution World Championship back in the CWR was not a fluke. Tetsuya Naito, though, wasn't having any of it. So tonight, these are two guys that was knocked out of the tournament, still trying to jockey for position, still trying to make sure that when the champion is decided, they're not too far behind the challenge line. Start off here now with Jack Hager using his size advantage over Zack Ryder. Zack is, surprisingly bigger than he looks. Smaller in frame, but he is quite well built. Zack Ryder has a lot of strength behind him, but he is also extremely agile. Jack Hager, of course, coming from Perry, Oklahoma. He is an all-American, American. We all know that. An incredibly accomplished amateur wrestler is Jack Hager. Look at that there. Arm drag, hip toss from Zack Ryder. And now Ryder with a short DDT, keeping it simple early on against Hager. And that's probably the best thing to do. There we are on the outside. And now Jack Hager taking full advantage of those steel steps. Hager feeling confident, and you can't blame the guy really, can you? Over goes Zack Ryder, though, with the Northern Lights suplex, driving Jack Hager into the ground. Referee's at a 4 count. We don't want another count out victory here tonight, guys. There's 5 from Zack. Or 5 from the referee, should I say, as Zack gets back into this thing. Neck breaker. There's a 7 count from the referee. Jack Hager going to drop. Jack is going to be officially in the ring now. There's a 9 count. Can Zack make it back in? He does, just in time. I think he even saw Jack perched on the top rope there and decided to go further away, knowing that aerial skills are not Jack Hager's speciality. But that strength is there, and look at that ram from Hager. Definitely feeling confident tonight is the real American. That was interesting, wasn't it? It's kind of like a jawbreaker off the top of Zack's head. Typical helo there from Zack Ryder, and that's the agility I was talking about. But it was not effective in this case. Zack and Jack is about to make a mistake, really, aren't we? Big elbow there from Hager, and look at that big boot, running big boot there, and there's the size difference coming into play. We've got to cover now. There's one. Jack Hager able to kick out. Should I say Zack Ryder able to kick out? I knew I was going to do it. Swinging fisherman's neck breaker there from Hager, and he's in control. And you see the pace he's keeping. He's keeping it slow. He's not letting Zack build any kind of momentum. He's not letting the adrenaline rush. Zack Ryder is going to try and... Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Zack Ryder is going to try and pick up the pace right now. Look at that. Drop kick right to the side of the head. And once again, we're on the outside. And once again, Hager is able to take advantage of the environmental hazards, using that announcer's desk to full effect right now. Back into the ring goes Long Island IC, and Jack Hager, the former CWR Patriot champion, is on a roll. That now just the sheer strength and ability there, the takedown, classic amateur move there. And now Jack Hager, I think, is feeling very confident right now. I think he's feeling like he could take this thing. Drop kick there, 270 plus pounds, leaping into the air, planting both feet on your chest. It's gonna hurt. Big splash there from Swagger, slightly reminiscent of the Swagger Bomb. Did I say Swagger? I guess it's still the Swagger Bomb, isn't it? That hasn't been renamed yet. And once again, you see here, now going after the ankle, the knee, the leg area of Zack Ryder. And you know that's going to be for a very good reason. Jack Hager is rather accomplished at using that ankle lock to put opponents away. And there he is again, going for it. Takes him down by the leg. Drops on that knee. Hyperextending that knee joint. And as somebody that suffers with knee pain, I say, ow. Straight right there, though, from Zack Ryder. Turns this thing around. Back suplex. He's going to go up top. If Zack can hit that patented 450, it's game over. No, instead he's calling Hager to his feet. Goes for the missile drop kick. Hager sees it coming. Swipes him away. And now Jack Hager, straight right hand. Staggers Zack Ryder. Ryder off the ropes. Hager. Wheelbarrow suplex. Into the corner. What has Hager got in mind here? Goes for that big shoulder tackle. Zack Ryder got the knee up, able to turn it around. Zack has Hager. Zack into the corner. Up, knees up. Zack Ryder missile drop kick off the middle. Patented Zack Ryder there. Big forearm smash into the corner, and you know what he usually follows this up with. There he goes. He's going to set it up. Woo, woo, woo. Broski boot right upside the face of Jack Hager. Big leg drop across the throat for emphasis there. With Zack Ryder, he's going to look to finish it now. The move that won him the Revolution World Championship. Zack Ryder has Hager where he wants him. No, Hager, jawbreaker. Zack was going to go for the Rough Rider there, and you know it. Attack after attack. from Jack Hager in the corner. Zack Ryder trying to fight back. Hager strikes out. Pulls him in. Got him up. Gut wrench suplex connects. There it is. Gut wrench just hit. Hager knew he had to hit that, and he had to hit it good. And he did. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Jack Hager picks up a big win tonight over Zack Ryder. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner. I've said it a couple of times. Jack Hager. They needed that tonight. They both needed that win, but it was Zack Ryder who took the fall in the end. Well done to Jack Hager. And hang on a minute, that's Tyler Bate! That's Tyler Bate coming through the crowd! What are you doing? Bate has just laid out Hager. Trent Seven, Pete Dunne, British Strong Style are here, and they are beating the hell out of Hager. I'm lost for words. What the hell is going on here? Trent Seven. Well, looks like Rey Mysterio's had enough. British Strong Style have been causing problems all night, and Mysterio is out here to respond to Trent Seven. Oh, Pete Dunne has taken the microphone. Completely unnecessary words from Pete Dunne here. Rey Mysterio laying down the challenge. Oh, you cannot blame Rey Mysterio for that action there. You cannot blame Mysterio. Well, I'm lost for words. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the commercial break. During that break there, Spike Jordan made this matchup official. Pete Dunne is taking on Rey Mysterio. And I was saying before we went away there, you can't blame Rey Mysterio for the way he just reacted there. Rey Mysterio saw British Strong Style. We saw Dunne and Seven take out James Storm earlier this evening. He watched as Bate laid the bait, as it were, taking out Jack Hager. And then Dunne and Seven again getting in on the attack. And with what Dunne was saying at the end there, I mean, to bring up Eddie Guerrero, it's just... No, I'm an English man. I want to defend these guys, but I can't right now because their actions are deplorable. Their message right now is that foreigners are not welcome. These are supposed to be the pinnacle of British wrestlers right now. And they're just acting like a-holes, quite frankly. Rey Mysterio goes for the jumping senton there. Pete Dunne, to his credit, what a powerbomb there from Dunne. There's one. And the Bruiserweight unable to get more than a 1 count. Out of probably the most famous luchador of all time. I'm lost for words. I truly am. Now, I kind of got to agree in some respects, you know, when you're putting together a tournament of the best wrestlers in the world. I mean, you're in England. And right now, in the current climate, you cannot overlook British Strong Style. They are 3 of the top stars in the world right now. 3 of the most talked about British wrestlers. 3 of the most talked about wrestlers, full stop, on the planet. But that's not the way to get noticed. These guys are all good enough to get noticed in the ring with their technical ability. They're incredible matches. Instead, what we're seeing is just disgusting. It truly is. Here's a cover from Rey Mysterio. Done, able to get the shoulder up. Should probably start calling the match up rather than doing anything else now. You see Pete Dunne goes for that back suplex. Rey Mysterio, many years in the business, 25 years in the business, knows what he's doing. Swinging net breaker there. And the luchador. Look at this, Rey Mysterio, chicken wing suplex there. You see a cover here from Mysterio. We are indeed. There's 1, 2. Dutton just about gets the shoulder up. You can see Bate and Seven just watching on the outside there. Now you're a little worried that they're going to do something, you know, with everything we've seen from them so far in the last half an hour or so, that they will do something to Mysterio. I mean, the fact that Tyler Bate, one of the best young and up-and-coming stars in the country, in the world, felt like he had to attack Hager from behind. He came running through the crowd, leaped over the commentary desk. It's just something not right about that, you know? Dunn now going after the knees of Mysterio. Going to try and keep the high flyer grounded. Bruiserweight certainly living up to his name in this one, isn't he? But Rey Mysterio, that experience coming into play. Mysterio rolls him through. Savant kick! Done. That was brilliant from Pete Dunne. Even I've got to agree with that. Rolled out of the way, made sure Rey Mysterio was not able to take advantage. Dunne goes after the table. Doesn't hear Mysterio coming. All Mysterio is trying to do tonight is teach these guys a lesson. But Pete Dunne, look at that. And Rey Mysterio face first off that monitor. Face first. Mysterio bounced off that monitor and you can see Mysterio grabbing his skull. Dunne is now just able to tee off on Mysterio. Looks like Rey has no defense left. Right across the face. Here comes Rey. He's trying. Into the ropes now. Rey Mysterio going to end this thing now. No, instead goes for the knee right across the chest there. Here's the cover from Mysterio. There's 1. Dunne able to kick out. Now, why did Mysterio not go for the 619 when Dunne was in position? And again, across the skull. 1, 2. Rey Mysterio kicks out again, rolls the shoulder up, barely. Dunne almost questioning why Rey would want to still be punished. Release German suplex there. Rey going all the way over. And look at that uppercut. Ever since Rey Mysterio's face bounced off that monitor, Dunne has had a target. Considering their MO tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if he's aiming to knock Mysterio out. If he's aiming for a concussion. Another release German there from Dunne. And look at that, mocking Jack Hager. This is unbelievable. Kick right to the face. This is a disgusting display. Enziguri. Target set and locked. The Bruiserweight has his place. He has his target. Flatliner. The bitter end for Rey Mysterio. Mysterio, I can't see properly, but his body has just gone limp. There's 1, 2, 3. Rey's head was clearly under the bottom rope there, but I think the referee counted him out as a mercy to stop Dunn from continuously attacking. Rey Mysterio is down. Pete Dunne is celebrating. The referee has called for medical personnel because Rey Mysterio looks hurt. There they are. Here comes the stretcher. Mysterio is hurt. Strong Style tonight are taking out the Haven roster. Unbelievable. But when you want to make an impact, I guess, well, they know how. There's that mysterious message again. In 2 weeks, apparently, we will bow down. I'm curious to see it. I would love to know what's going on there. But ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a women's division matchup. Introducing first from New York, New York, Marina Josephs. Young up-and-coming star here. Not much to speak about here. Young girl with a lot of potential. I don't know a lot about her, but I've seen her in the ring a couple of times. She's capable. Still waiting for that kind of breakout moment. That could be her moment tonight here in Haven Wrestling. Well, we said last week she was coming, and she's here. Ladies and gentlemen, her opponent this evening from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Juliet Brooks. A legend on the American wrestling independent scene, Juliet Brooks. Boardwalk sweetheart, as she's well known. She was a dominant force in CWR's women's division. This woman, she is the Road to Immortality winner. She was the headliner at Immortality. Juliet Brooks is here in Haven Wrestling. She's come across the watch. She stayed across the pond. Now she looks to take over just one more promotion. Tonight, Juliet Brooks comes to Haven. We call this place the Sanctuary, but if you're in that ring with Brooks, that is exactly what you'll be looking for after the match is over. This is one of the most dangerous technical female wrestlers on the planet today. Marina Josephs is in for a fight. You see both women getting prepared there, both loosening up the muscles, getting on with it, you know, getting ready. You see Juliet Brooks there, she waits for Marina to come to her and makes a bit of a mistake, you'd think. But in my mind, that's Juliet going, have a free shot. Feel better about yourself, because look at that. Single leg drop kick, Marina Josephs is down, and Juliet Brooks has taken complete control of this matchup immediately. Multiple time internet champion is Juliet Brooks. She's always been waiting to win that big one. She's always been waiting to be at the top of the pile. The match she had with Legend Jazzy at CWR Immortality, of course, Legend Jazzy with the WWE now. That match was spectacular. That German suplex, trap the arms there as well at the wrist. Not quite a straight jacket suplex, but all the same effective. And look at that. Did you see that? Brooks was not looking. Marina tried to take the shot, and Brooks hit her in the stomach with a dropkick. I don't mean to sing the woman's praises. I don't mean to make it feel like I'm favouring one woman over the other, but I've seen Juliet Brooks in action. I know what she can do. You know, at one time, Brooks and I were close personal friends. She's an incredible athlete. She's a threat to the women's division here. But Marina Josephs has managed to take control of this matchup. This young, I think she's 22 years old, rookie. She's barely out of wrestling school. But she knows a thing or two. Look at that Northern Lights, though. Bridges it out perfectly. There's one. Marina Josephs kicks out. But Juliet Brooks... The point of that cover there was to associate the dominance. She was asserting herself back on Marina, who'd gotten a bit of a moment's upstart, and you see that again there. Juliet giving Marina time to get up before running across the ring, delivering that single leg drop kick. That's been her primary weapon so far in this matchup, and it's been effective. Marina, though, looks to get it out of harm's way. Juliet allows her out. Juliet makes the mistake. Quick to rectify it there with that arm drag. Possibly a shoulder breaker. I don't know. But look at Marina. She's fighting back. And I'm not counting this girl out. If she can pull this off, it'll be spectacular. But it will be a phenomenal career win for the girl. Follows up that net breaker with a second snapback. Marina Josephs in for the cover. There's one. Juliet kicks out happily at 1.5. But Marina is showing that she's here to fight. Juliet comes fighting back. Shoulder breaker there. Arm breaker across the shoulder, should I say. Snap suplex. Juliet Brooks taking control, taking her time. I've said it before. Juliet is very technical. She will take her time. She can fly. We will see her use the ropes and the top rope. You know, she will dive, but she prefers not to. She prefers to keep it grounded. And look at this. Backstabber off the corner. That is a move she adopted from her rival, from her opponent at Immortality. That backstabber was actually in the arsenal of Legend Jesse. It was the move that beat Juliet Brooks at Immortality. Brooks has adopted it into her own arsenal. That's the kind of woman she is. She will take on the moves that beat her. Kick right to the chest there from Brooks. Flat of the foot there. Maximum impact against the chest. Marina is fighting back. This looked to be an easy win for Juliet at the beginning. She took control very early on. Look at that drop kick again. Single leg. Going up to the top rope, and this is what I was saying. She doesn't necessarily like to go up there. Doesn't mean she can't. She knows how to fly when she needs to. Missile drop kick. And again, with everything else she does, pinpoint precision. There's a cover. There's 1, 2. Marina able to kick out. Juliet again, I don't think she was trying to end the match there. She was trying to get Marina to expend energy. Went for the discus forearm though. Marina tried to fight back. Juliet had a counter of her own, and there's another forearm right to the face. Drags her back into the middle. Takes down the leg. Amateur wrestling move there. Not usually in Juliet's style, but all the same. Whatever works, man. Whatever works. You gotta do what you gotta do. Now Juliet, I think she's done playing the land of entrapment. She does occasionally put people away with this move, but she is more likely to just try and harm you a little with it. She's trying to take out those legs, so any move you've got is irrelevant. You're worried about the pain in your legs, which means you don't see what's coming next. Tried and tested from Brooks, it really is. Marina, though, is fighting back. Juliet off the top rope there, and that's exactly what I said. Opportunity was presented, and she took it. Juliet Brooks, butterfly effect. Marina fighting back. I can't believe she's right back to her feet immediately. Following the butterfly effect, Juliet Brooks, butterfly backbreaker. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anybody get up immediately from the butterfly effect. I think Marina was running on instinct alone. She grabbed the ropes and just tried to get the hell out of harm's way. But Juliet Brooks kept herself calm and collected, used that butterfly backbreaker to great effect, and picked up a big win here tonight. That's exactly what she looked to do. And Juliet is establishing herself as a threat. We have no women's champion yet, but you know Spike is going to be looking out. Going to be keeping an eye. When the time comes, she is definitely going to be in consideration. Big win there for Miss Brooks. But there you see Mitch Bitch, a representative of FHB Wrestling. That's Jeff Bomber, I believe. It is indeed. Bit of a pep talk there for Mitch Bitch, who is in action next. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall in the Haven Next Gen Division. Introducing first from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 258 pounds, Zane Brooker. A bit of a swagger from Brooker coming down that aisle. Zane Brooker is going to be one guy that wants to prove himself. But Zane was, how can I put this? Zane was climbing to the top of the pile on CWR Dynasty when the company went under. He picked up some big wins over Dynasty's Rising Star champion, that of course being Tigray Azul. Zane Brooker is here in Haven Wrestling to continue on that momentum. He is not going to be looking to fall back to the bottom of the pile. He's going to be looking for a big win tonight. His opponent this evening from Cohasset, Massachusetts, representing FHB Wrestling. Welcome, Mitch Bitch. Mitch is here. Mitch and Jeff Bomber, certainly interesting characters to say the least. Mitch is in one-on-one action tonight after a loss against Alexander Hernandez and Max Payne last week, 2 weeks ago. They're going to be looking for a bit of retribution. Bit of a style change here for Mitch Bitch as well. And you can kind of see a reaction in the crowd. I mean, I'm only imagining that the crowd here in Haven are also FHB fans. Maybe they've seen the change that has occurred with Mitch and Jeff over on FHB, because these guys were universally hated only a few weeks ago. Mitch seems to have a lot of fans in the audience right now, and well, I guess there's no complaint there. So ladies and gentlemen, this match is underway. It is scheduled for one fall. Zane Brooker there, easily taller, easily fitter, healthier. He's in much better shape, and I couldn't tell you who has the wrestling experience. Both Mitch and Zane have been around the park a few times, but neither have really ever made it into the big leagues until recently. Be an interesting matchup to say the least. I wouldn't be able to call this one just off the top of my head. I certainly wouldn't bet on this one. See Zane there going for the little nasty touches there of straight strikes right to the temple. That is definitely going to discombobulate someone. And once again, this time with the left hand, that taped up left hand struck across the face of Mitch Bitch, and a cover. There's one. Mitch able to kick out at one. Mitch trying to fight back there, and you see Mitch Bitch, and there he goes with that Hurricanrana. It ain't always perfect, but it works. You don't expect a guy like Mitch to be flying through the air, and he does occasionally. Not always successfully. Sometimes he looks like a right moron doing it, to be fair. But you see that double leg drop kick there. Brooker was able to stay on his feet and turn it into that sweep. Now that's impressive. No matter what you say, that was impressive from Zane Brooker there. But I think Zane knows, you know, he's just getting started in the next gen division. He's already north of 30. He hasn't got a lot of time left in his life, in his career, to really make a big impact. The quicker he can rise up, the more he can enjoy his time at the top. You see Mitch there. Look at that. Chopped at the kneecap before hitting a big strike across the chest. But Zane in pain all the same. I realised what I just did there. Comes back. See again that taped up left hand. Striking out. There's a kick right to the kneecap there though from Mitch. That's what he needs to do. Running Meteora there from Mitch Bitch out of nowhere. Flings himself basically at Zane Brooker, and it worked. I think that's what, I don't know what, if Mitch knows what he's doing when he's in there, but he seems to just pull out these spectacular moves from nowhere, and I don't quite know how, but right now we're at a stalemate once again. Zane Brooker using those longer arms to gain the advantage. Straight right, knocks Mitch down to the floor, and you've got Zane going over the top there. Look at that athleticism. This is a guy who's 6'4" tall. He's 250 plus pounds. Great athleticism there. Looked like that was going to be a wheelbarrow suplex for a minute at the last second. Converted into a facebuster, but once again, Mitch using that shin to strike across the chest. That is going to wind you if hit correctly against those ribs. That is going to hurt. And these two jockeying for position, basically. The referee continuing to count. We're at a 5 count so far. Big clothesline there with that left arm. Which makes it back into the ring. Brooker able to beat the count quite handily, and Mitch was too busy taunting, didn't see him coming. There's a back suplex there from Zane Brooker. And once again, look at Zane going straight to the skull. He's trying to bust him open. That is obvious. But why would you go for such a tactic? It can have the opposite effect on a lot of people. To see their own blood, it would be, you know, it can power them up. I don't quite know what he's doing, unless he is just trying to knock out Mitch, but that's not going to happen. Believe me, I don't know if Mitch has enough sense in there to be knocked out, but look at that European uppercut. And right back to the wheelhouse, this time with the left hand, and this time I can see it here. He finally grazed that skin open. Mitch senses it as well. Zane running to the top rope now, trying to get into position for something here. Zane Brooker, big body splash off the top, hooks the leg for the cover. There's 1, 2. Not this time, but Zane Brooker has control of this thing. Mitch Bitch in trouble. You see there, Mitch did just try and get back into this thing, but Zane was having none of it. Over and down it goes Mitch. And a boot there. That boot was right to the open wound. That knee, all the same. Brooker is focusing in on the injury now. I don't know what he's planning, but it's calculated. Certainly is. He's been going after that skull. He's been going after that forehead since the very beginning of the matchup. That has definitely been his game plan. There's the stunner from Zane Brooker. And it could be game over. 1, 2, 3. I didn't see that stunner coming, but I guess that's the beautiful thing about moves like that. They literally can come at you from nowhere. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this contest, Zane Brooker. Well, Mitch Bitch might be down, but he's not out. He's got a message for all of you right now.
Whoa, 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 brother. It's the incredible Mitch Bitch. And if you're looking for the greatest wrestling action on the planet, if you're looking to see the Mitch Bitch hanging and banging every week, there's only one place for you to find it, and that's the FHB. That's right, Fart House Blues Wrestling. And where are you gonna find that action, dude? Every single week on YouTube.
Every single week. And now look at this backstage. Zane Brooker has just got back after his matchup, and we just got word he was confronted by Paul Heyman. I wish I was a fly on the wall right now. I wish I could hear what was being said. Zane, whatever it is, seems to be listening rather intently. Heyman is a businessman after all, and if Paul Heyman is here, I can't even begin to imagine what that could possibly mean, but... Ladies and gentlemen, as always, we don't hang about here, do we? We're going to move on. Please welcome on his way down the aisle, your Haven Wrestling General Manager, Spike Jordan. Warm reception here for Jordan tonight. When you know if Spike Jordan is making his way down that ramp, there's something to be said. There's no real reason for the GM to be out here unless it's to address an important matter, and I'm very, very curious as to what that can be. I mean, there's a lot of curiosity going on tonight. Why are British Strong Style being a bunch of wankers? Why is Paul Heyman talking to Zane Brooker? Why did Trey Messier confront JB's Kazuya? I mean, it's a lot of questions tonight. But I guess when you're jockeying for position, when you're trying to make yourself... Either way, let's let Spike speak. Wow, fair enough. Well, what an announcement from the GM there, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. Welcome to a new division, the hardcore divisions. The Haven Wrestling hardcore division is open for business, and by the looks of things, yes, it is indeed. Please welcome Max Payne. Interesting to see Max Payne out here. Obviously, he's a next-gen wrestler. Picked up a big win, as I mentioned before, over Mitch Bitch and Jeff Bomber a couple of weeks ago. I apologise for that. Alongside Alexander Hernandez. Max Payne, though, is out here as Spike Jordan calls for the beginning of a Falls Count Anywhere matchup to signal the beginning of the Haven Wrestling Hardcore Division, which to me means this is either is the hardcore next gen specific, or is it going to be opened up? Is it going to be anybody can compete? And if that's the case, well, things get very, very interesting there, I must admit. Max Payne preparing. Who's his opponent going to be? Oh my God! His opponent this evening from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 235 pounds. FNN Heavyweight Champion of the World, Dean Ambrose. I can't believe it. Dean Ambrose is here in Haven. Wow, what a turn for the books that is. Well, whoever Max Payne was expecting, it probably wasn't him. As I mentioned there, Dean Ambrose is the Friday Night Nexus Heavyweight Champion of the World. What an honor it is to have him here in Haven Wrestling as well. We've got a big uppercut there from Dean Ambrose to start this thing off. This is Falls Count Anywhere, which of course, no count outs, no disqualifications. And Dean Ambrose looks like he's going to take full advantage of that fact. Max Payne saw that chair coming and poisoned Frankensteiner on the floor. You're going to start this thing off. You're going to start it off well, aren't you? You're going to throw everything you have at it. Dean Ambrose is going to try and fight back now. This guy, we know he is not afraid of hardcore matches. That's how he made his name. That's how he cut his teeth in the wrestling business, was destroying himself in that ring each and every night. Ambrose walking away, walking up the ramp. Payne, I think, yeah, he's just realised what's going on. He's going to give chase to the lunatic fringe. The Extreme Messiah. And look at that hip toss there from Dean Ambrose. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Has Max Payne left in, but Payne, this mysterious young guy, he's here, he's fighting. You know, I can't really say anything about Payne because I still don't know anything about him. What I do know is he's damn impressive in and apparently outside of that ring. And Ambrose, you can see there, is dragging him backstage. Falls Count Anywhere. There's a lot of dangerous things back there. Payne getting to his feet. Ambrose laying in wait. And look at this. Trash can over the head. He's going to strike it. Yes, he is. Trash can right to the face. Max Payne just collapses on the floor. The referee apparently came a different way, because that was clever. Ambrose has another trash can just littering the hallway there. Backstage here in London. Just littering the hallway. And look at Ambrose. Just perches himself up on the box there. Now Ambrose takes advantage of Payne. Drops him with a back suplex. That is a concrete floor, ladies and gentlemen. There is absolutely no give in that thing. Ambrose, I think he's going to try and... Is he going to try and get in that locker room? I think he is. Payne head first through the door. Ambrose just going a bit crazy, to be honest with you. A bit crazy. There's a steel brief... Who has a briefcase? Who brings a steel briefcase to work with him? Max Payne able to avoid it, and Ambrose sent face first into the woodwork of those lockers. Payne gonna go for the swing. And Ambrose crashes. Did you see that? His face smashes into those lockers. Payback is fair. Turnabout is fair. This is just amazing to watch. These guys are truly beating the hell out of one another. Absolutely no regard. As far as I know, they don't even know each other. Dean Ambrose probably never heard of Max Payne before tonight. But right now, they are beating the hell out of one another. No regard for the other's safety whatsoever. This is hardcore. This is Haven. Big elbow there, and you saw Payne didn't use the padding on his ring gear there. He didn't use his forearm, he used his elbow upside the head of Dean Ambrose. We've got a cover here. Where is the referee? Is he still out in the hallway? There he is now. There's 1, 2. Nope, Dean Ambrose able to pop the cover. Pop the shoulder up. There's probably a much better term for that, really, isn't it? Ambrose now striking out with those right hands. Payne sent right back into the locker room there. What is that on there? That's somebody's bag. Steel chair across the skull. No protection here in Haven. Absolutely nothing of the sort. Dean Ambrose leaving the room now. Payne is in pain, I think, on the floor. Ambrose just walking past everything is Dean Ambrose. Is he going to go? I think he's going for the door there. Yeah, he is. Dean Ambrose has gone for the door. That door leads back to the arena, ladies and gentlemen. Payne is right behind him, giving chase. Here we are back in the arena now. We've got the switch of the cameras and Dean Ambrose up on that stage. I mean, there's not a lot of giving that stage either, you know. That's still steel. Where's he off to? Dean Ambrose delivers a blow to Payne. Makes his way back down the ramp. Where's he headed now? Dean Ambrose just walks around the ring. And he's got his eye on the commentator's table. We've already seen the damage that table can do this evening when Rey Mysterio's face was bounced off of one of those television monitors. Rey Mysterio has been escorted to a local medical facility where he's undergoing testing to see, you know, just how damaged his skull is following that attack by Pete Dunne. I have to say, James Storm, although not requiring medical attention, has left the building this evening. He was seen to be in pain before he left. There will be some kind of repercussion for British Strong Style. I know there will be, but it's one thing at a time. And Dean Ambrose takes this thing to the outside one more time. Max Payne is trying to fight off the God of Extreme, but it just, you know, isn't happening. Look at that right hand there from Dean Ambrose. Right hand. And it looks like Ambrose was going to go for a fourth. Payne just brought him in. DDT there. Face first. Onto that kind of table cover. Probably the best way to call it. I don't know exactly what to call it. But Payne, look at the exhaustion. He has been... These two have literally fallen all over the arena tonight. They have kicked the hell out of one another. They have attempted... Quite frankly, it's legal murder. Ambrose going up to that table. He's got Payne in position. Dean Ambrose, what's he going to go for here? He's got Payne up on the table. Ambrose climbs up after him. This cannot be good for Max Payne. Ambrose DDT through the table. Look at that. Skull first, crushing the announce table. Dean Ambrose is just sitting down. Here's the cover now. Ambrose has got this now. There's 1, 2, and Payne kicks out. Oh my God. He's just been driven through a table. Head first through that announce table. And Max Payne is still in this thing. Still trying to fight. But Dean Ambrose doesn't know when to quit. Dean Ambrose is not going to give in. Dean Ambrose now. Under the apron he goes. Doesn't see anything he likes under there, which is interesting. Ambrose. Where's he off to? Max Payne is up and is giving chase. Dean Ambrose goes to snatch, doesn't quite manage it, but no, straight left there. Is able to stagger Max Payne, who didn't quite see that coming. Bip and a bang there. Elbow right to the nose. That move is always hard to watch. They spread the fingers, stomp down. That could rip a tendon easy. Ambrose, look at that. Knee right to the face. All of his weight all the way down on Max Payne's face there. This rookie is fighting. This rookie is giving the battle of his life right now. Max Payne has got him up. Looked like he was going to go for a choke slam. What a turn for the books that would be. Ambrose, outside in. And now Dean Ambrose going to continue to fight. Into the corner goes Max Payne. Up onto the top rope. What's Dean Ambrose got planned here? Ambrose looks like he's going to go. I don't even know where he's going to go. He's got Max Payne up. Is he going to go for a superplex? Ambrose connects with the superplex. And there, look at Dean Ambrose right back to his feet, feeling no ill effects. There's 1, 2. Payne's still in this thing. What's Dean Ambrose going to do now? Max Payne looked like he was going to go for that jumping cutter there. That's usually the setup to the ice pick finisher. Ambrose was able to counter it. Payne trying to stay in this thing. Few strikes, one misses. Inexperience of Max Payne. There's the cutter! Going for the cover now. 1, 2, 3. No! Dean Ambrose pops the shoulder up, but Payne is rolling. And like I say, he usually follows that move up, that cutter with the ice pick, and I think Dean Ambrose knows it. Steel chair across the skull. Here's the cover now from Dean Ambrose. Referee's out. There's 1, 2. Payne's still in this thing. This is insane. Max Payne is taking a lot of punishment. I think I can see a little trickle of red coming down the skull of Max Payne. DDT from Dean Ambrose right onto the concrete. Well, that padding, but it's very thin padding. We all know that. There's a cover now. There's 1, 2, 3. What a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Haven Hardcore Division. I can't wait to see what comes of this division in the future. Here is your winner, Dean Ambrose. Huge win there for Ambrose. And the Hardcore Division is off with a bang.
Special engagements, she lights up the pavement, she pays her till to the throne. She calls a man on the phone and says, I'm not coming home. Another long.
Well, we must move on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The following contest in the Next Gen Division is scheduled at the 4-1 fall. Introducing first, from Mexico City, Alexander Hernandez. Made an impact a couple of weeks ago when he defeated Mitch Bitch and Jeff Bomber. Well, he teamed with Max Payne, who actually picked up the win. Max Payne, of course, who we just saw in one of the most salacious matches I've ever seen, especially for such a young kid. Free TV, ladies and gentlemen, that's how we roll here on Haven. But now Alexander Hernandez is in one-on-one action in the Next Gen Division. So far, the Prince of Mexico has looked damn near unstoppable, and you've got to wonder, his opponent this evening, will he be able to hand Alexander Hernandez his first loss? Waiting patiently now is Hernandez. Well, that's interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent this evening from Alexandria, Egypt, standing in at 7 feet, 1 inch tall, weighing in at 315 pounds. The Master, the Great Avenger, Anubis. What a turnabout. Anubis has arrived in Haven Wrestling. Legendary figure. 30 plus years in this business already, and he still doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon. The Great Avenger is here, made his professional debut at age 13. 13 years old. This kid was trained from, I call him a kid, he was a kid then, he was trained from birth to be a professional wrestler. And now, Haven Wrestling is his latest target. You see Hernandez stepping out of the ring there, giving the Great Avenger his moment. 3 decades of experience and 300 pounds to match. The Hernandez has proven himself to be a worthy warrior so far. This match is now underway. Anubis versus Alexander Hernandez, one-on-one, and can you see the size difference? Immediately, Hernandez is a fairly big dude. You know, he's about 6'3", maybe 6'4", 215, 220 pounds. He's a big dude. But Anubis dwarfs him. That from Hernandez, that made perfect sense, didn't it? Hernandez using his agility to his advantage, but look at these strikes from Anubis. A single one of them could knock your head off. But Alexander Hernandez fighting back. I mean, this is something. Usually when people first come up against the Anubis, trust me, I've known the guy personally for, God, how old am I now? I've known him for about 13 years. And when people first come up against him, they tend to just kind of cower. Alexander Hernandez is not doing that. He's fighting, but look at this. Every single one of those strikes from Anubis, Alexander Hernandez is staggered with each and every single one of them. There's the count there from the referee. Hernandez makes it back in, but look at that clothesline. Takes down Hernandez. Big turn of speed there from the big 300-pounder. If you have never seen this guy in action before, you are going to be astounded at his agility for a man of his size and age. Big knee there from Anubis. And another one right across the skull there, right across the face. The big man using his strength advantage here. I say Hernandez is 6'4". He looks to be even closer to Anubis' height than that. He must be 6.5 feet, and now Anubis to the outside. We saw this area get absolutely battered during the hardcore match previously. Good job on our tech guys to put it all together in time for this matchup. Hernandez, though, now starting to take his own back. Anubis just taking it really to him, just stomp after stomp after stomp. And Hernandez, that was a great move, managed to get under the arm of Anubis, jump up, hit him with the that neck breaker, but the big man there, look at that, just along the apron. We're at a 9 count. Anubis steps into the ring and Hernandez gets counted out. Just got caught there by the Great Avenger. Alexander Hernandez, unfortunately for him, suffers his first ever loss, but he was not pinned by the Great Avenger this evening. But Anubis, as to be expected, picks up a huge singles victory in his Haven Wrestling debut. There's Trent Seven backstage there. There's Spike Jordan, look at that. Jordan is furious. But Trent isn't having any of it. Spike Jordan absolutely furious. You can't blame him really, but as always we're going to move on to the next bit of action here this evening in the following contest, scheduled for one fall. It's in the Haven Wrestling Women's Division. Introducing first from Kettering, England, the Jamino. Former CWR Women's World Champion. She's not been on the greatest run as of late, to say the least. She's been struggling to put together a few wins, but this is one dangerous woman. She's got a very unique moveset, very unique personality characteristic set. Flame Princess, as she's well known, can be a devastating competitor. As I say, Women's World Champion, CWR. Held that belt for about 3 months, 90 odd days or so, before having it taken away by Legend Jezzy, her former best friend. Again, as I mentioned earlier, she's now over on SmackDown Live. Opponent this evening from Cardiff, Wales, Nixon Newell. One of the biggest and brightest up-and-coming stars in the British professional wrestling scene today. Nixon Newell is here in Haven Wrestling. I told you we were going to pick up some of the best ones in the world, and Britain certainly is represented tonight, even if we're not necessarily all that pleased about some of them. Hey, British Strong Style. Here we go, England versus Wales here this evening. The Jaminal versus Nixon Newell. Match is underway. I thought we were going to start with a nice collar and elbow tie up there. Nixon not having any of it. Straight away goes in for the slam. Follows it up with a rotating elbow drop. And Jaminal is on the back burner straight away. But look at the defense there. The Jaminal has the height advantage barely and probably the agility. But Nixon Newell was an incredible all-round wrestler. She has some skills in that ring. A sunset flip powerbomb asserts the dominance for the Flame Princess early on. Going after that arm. That's an interesting strategy there from the Jaminal, possibly trying to weaken up the arm so that when she goes to set up her patented Tigress bomb later on, a little easier to connect with. Look at that missile dropkick though. Both of those feet directly in the face of Nixon, knocking her backwards, and Jaminal straight away into a headlock now, trying to keep Nixon down, trying to wear down Nixon Newell. Fairly interesting pace being set here by the Jaminal. She goes up fast and then slows it right down. Nixon able to break free, but Jaminal right back on the attack. And look at that kick there. Eerily reminiscent of her Blaze kick. Not quite the same impact, however. Nixon jawbreaker to get out of that one. Float over DDT. There it is from Nixon Newell. She's back in control of this thing now. The women's division is certainly heating up. You've got to know, we haven't had any announcements so far as about a championship for these women. But when we're seeing some great stars and some great matches like we have been doing over the last couple of weeks, you know Spike is watching. Spinning European uppercut off the middle rope there by Nixon Newell. Jaminal was not expecting that, but look at that sweep. Puts her right back in the game. And look at that! Springboard moonsault off the top there. Absolute perfection from the Flame Princess. Nixon is now in trouble. And to be fair, Jaminal has had the control for the majority of this matchup. See Nixon Newell's big scoop slam there, and once again that elbow drop, once again right across the chest of the Jaminal there. Nixon is definitely laying down the offense now, and there's a spinning leg drop as well. Nixon going in for the cover there. Jaminal's ages away from the ropes there, able to kick out for the 2 count, but Nixon Newell is certainly displaying her dominance, I think is probably the best way to put it now. Looked like she was going to go for a knee or something there. Nixon had it scouted. Up and over goes Jaminal. Nixon's showing a few signs of tiredness now. It has been a fairly hard-hitting match. I mean, maybe she's just taking this moment she knows she's got to recover, make sure she stays, you know, focused. That could be it. I couldn't tell you for certain, but there you go. Nixon now feeling a little confident. The crowd are right behind her, right here in London. Obviously there would be, but of course again this is England versus England, so you know Jaminal is kind of an up and comer, whereas Nixon homegrown. She's definitely more popular here in the homeland, as it were, despite the fact she's Welsh. But look at that Spanish fly from the Jaminal. That is a game changer right in the middle of the match. Nixon not going to have any of it though. Kicks out the knee from under the Jaminal, trying to make sure that she can't keep any momentum going. And that wasn't pretty, but it was effective, that kick. Nixon goes up. Jaminal catches her. Hurricanrana out of the corner from Nixon Newell. The referee, look at that. Jaminal crashed into the referee as well. Ref needs to move out of the way and find his spot. Jaminal now with a scoop slam of sorts, more of a, I don't know, it's more like Mark Henry slam really, isn't it? There you go. Nixon again though, the counters, counter after counter. This girl's got them all. German suplex. Nixon Newell is all over this right now, and she knows it, and Nixon's in the corner. She's setting up. Could it be super kick time? Yes, it could. Right upside the jaw of the Jaminal, and Nixon Newell, I think she's got this now. There's 1, 2, There's a shoulder up from the Flame Princess. I don't know if Nixon was expecting that. If she is frustrated, I've got to give her a credit. She's not showing it right now. Keeping on the pressure is Nixon Newell. Jaminal is struggling, and now Nixon going to use some of that technical ability. Look at that, driving the knees into the canvas. That is going to hurt. That is going to hurt your physical base. It's going to hurt your entire strength basis. Now Nixon is down as Jaminal goes to work on that arm. Trying to take that arm out from under her. Jaminal's going to try and sneak a quick cover in here. There's 1, 2. Not quite as sneaky as she would have hoped. Jaminal keeps the pressure on. Now she's showing her technical prowess. Although look at Nixon has managed to turn the weight on that one. Sneaks out of harm's way there. It pretty much was. There's a chop. Nixon Newell grabs her. Snap suplex. Floats over. Here's the cover. There's 1, 2. Jaminal kicks out, but Nixon is in control. No, Nixon drops to a knee. I think that could have been just a gasp, a burst of energy there from Nixon Newell. She took way too long to continue the attack there. Jaminal took full advantage of it, grabs the arms, Tigress Bomb! But under the ropes, Jaminal couldn't hold the pin cover there. She may have just stolen that one away, but Nixon Newell was under the ropes. Positioning was not good. Jaminal tried to just keep the pinfall in, and it cost her. And now Nixon has been able to get right back into this thing. Nixon has her up. Down goes the powerbomb into the cover. Look at Nixon Newell branching over there. There's 1, 2. Jaminal kicks out, but look at Nixon, holds it down, turns her over, and now we're into, I guess that's a Boston Crab of sorts. Jaminal can't hold on. Nixon Newell, ladies and gentlemen, wins this matchup. What a unique way to win this thing. The damage done by that powerbomb. Jaminal may have been able to kick out, but Nixon turned it right around. Turned it into a Boston Crab. All that pressure from that powerbomb then pushed down on that spine, all the way down on it. Nixon Newell once again proving why she is one of the absolute greatest up-and-coming female professional wrestlers in the world today. No star. Big win for her tonight. That's Max Payne, Renee Young. Apparently we have Renee Young. Max Payne just walked past Renee Young. He's not happy about his loss to Dean Ambrose early this evening. Here from Max Payne hopefully next week, but for now we're going to move on, and we are still in the women's division. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Manchester, England, Lana Austin. Here she comes. Another debut, another up and coming British wrestler. Lana Austin is one of those that have burst onto the scene in recent months, recent year or so, and has absolutely torn this country apart. Lana Austin here in Haven, and after the matchup we've just seen between Nixon and Jaminal, Lana knows what she's going to have to do tonight to make an impact. Jaminal, Juliette Brooks as well earlier this evening too, definitely led the same kind of impact. And her opponent this evening, the shark in the water, it's Bea Priestley. What a match we have here. This is free television and we're giving you all these matchups. Absolutely insane. Bea Priestley makes her way to the ring. This should be brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. You all know that we here at Haven, we are big fans of the female wrestlers. We want female professional wrestling to be considered the same level as the men, and these women are out here tonight to prove they can do just that. We've got Lana Austin, we've got Bea Priestley. One-on-one action for the third massive female match tonight. We've got a collar and elbow tie-up to start this thing off. Lana Austin wrenching the arm now of B. Priestley. I'd say B definitely has the experience advantage, although I may be wrong. I'm more paying attention to what I know about these women. Being a fair newcomer to the British scene myself, obviously I've spent all my time in America. Lana Austin. We'll take it to B. Priestley now. Starts it off, you can see here quite easily B has the size advantage. She is definitely considerably taller than her opponent this evening. But I don't think Lana Austin really cares about that. Missile drop kick misses B. Priestley there. That was a beautifully timed move. Playing possum of sorts. Now Lana Austin going to be dumped over the top rope. Crashes down to the floor. That's a long way down, ladies and gentlemen. Lana has crashed into the floor there. Now, B. Priestley is the one who finds herself on the edge of a counter, crashing into the floor. Oh my God, did you see that? The kick from B. Priestley. Lana Austin just flew onto that table. That kick made Lana Austin leave her feet. She was kind of lucky in a way that the table was there, because without it, she would have just crashed to the floor. We're at a 6 count. Can we not have another count-out victory, please, tonight? We've already had 2. we don't want any more. There's a arm drag, I believe that was, from Lana Austin, who makes her way back into the ring. B. Priestley getting to her feet. That's an 8 count from the referee. Looks like Priestley is going to make it. There we go. Back into the ring. Priestley able to take advantage of the situation. Hits the back suplex. Slowing the pace down somewhat this evening. 1. Lana Austin kicks out with authority at the 1 count there. Driving the elbow, I believe that was, into the skull. Follows it up with a leg drop. And another leg drop, this time from the top rope from B. Priestley. She's all over this thing right now. Turns Lana Austin around with a big right hand strike. There's a back suplex. Thought she was going to bridge it out for a second there. Changes her mind, but goes for the cover anyway. There's 1. Lana Austin again. Showing some resilience. Staying in this thing. Up onto the shoulders goes Priestley. Down goes Priestley. There we go. That's a kick to the face, ladies and gentlemen. There's no perfect way to put that. That was a kick to the face. Lana Austin, good move. But look at B. Priestley again. Manages to convert the momentum of Lana Austin and turn it against her. Now again, after gaining the advantage, slows the pace down. Here's another cover from B. Priestley. There's 1, 2, and this time Austin stays down for a 2. B's going to continue the pressure. I think that's a couple of forearms right to the front of the temporal lobe there, the front of the skull. Going to disorientate Lana Austin, but not for long. There's a swinging net breaker there from Austin. Now she's going to go for some kind of submission move, wrenching that leg. B. Priestley's foot, 1's under the bottom rope, and the referee called it. Breaks the move. Austin runs the ropes. Looks like she was going to deliver possibly a drop kick a running drop kick or something. With B. Priestley rolling over, Lana changes her mind, brings her into the middle of the ring for that soccer ball kick. Beautifully done. And spear by Lana Austin. That was gorgeously done. Priestley was taken off of her feet, and Austin knows it. Austin knows she's got control of this matchup right now. She has got Priestley exactly where she wants her. Up to her feet goes B. Priestley. No! Priestley counters. And Austin counters right back. Russian leg sweep. Look at that fireman's carry takeover. These ladies know each other quite well. They've gone around the ringer a few times, certainly all around the country. They're going back and forth here tonight. Big forearm smash there by Priestley. Austin could be out. You saw the ferocity in which that move crossed the face of Lana Austin. Austin has not moved of her own volition yet, but there's a leg drop. Priestley is still continuing the pressure. Here's the cover now. There's 1, 2. If you're going to move for the first time after a big hit, out of a cover is certainly the way to do it. And once again, you see, it's like Priestley was going to go for those forearm strikes again. Lana Austin was having none of it. Again, another counter from Priestley. This is back and forth. These women know each other so very well. And look at Priestley, knocks her down with a big kick to the hamstring. And now Big Priestley, these kicks eerily reminiscent of Daniel Bryan. Possibly an influence for young Priestley. Now Lana Austin has a... Lana Austin off the middle rope. Stunner! The kiss of death, I believe she calls that. But Lana Austin is in... I don't know, I think she's tired. Possibly she's hurt. She's not able to capitalize off hitting the kiss of death. Here's the cover though. There's 1, 2, and there. Priestley had way too much time to recover, way too much time to get back into this thing. Austin did the best she could, but I mean, that was beautiful. That kiss of death was absolutely stunning. But Lana Austin needs to keep the pressure on Bea Priestley now. She has her on the ropes, really. She has her reeling. What's Austin going to do out there? Looked like she was maybe thinking springboard, changed her mind. Now she's going to go up to the top rope instead. Priestley is down in the middle of the ring. Austin waiting for her to get back to her feet as Bea stands up groggily. Missile drop kick right to the face. Since that kiss of death stunner, Priestley hasn't really done anything. She's not been able to get any offense. She's not been able to lay any counters down. She has been at the mercy of Lana Austin. Oh, there's a nice counter there, actually. Now Bea Priestley, crucifix, sticks it, pin cover. 1, 2, and Austin just about pops her shoulders off the ground. Bea nearly stole that there, and Austin now trying to find a way to fight back, and once again Bea goes to that left knee. That's her game plan in this one. It seems to be, at least. There's a flip, and look at that Enziguri style sidekick from Lana Austin. What a beautiful counter that was. She's into the cover once again. There's 2, and unfortunately Bea Priestley, well, fortunately for Bea, unfortunately for Lana, Priestley is still in this thing. Into the corner goes Bea Priestley. Lana Austin has a game plan here. Woo! What a chop. And again, it just hasn't been the same match since the kiss of death. That is a flurry though from Bea Priestley. Going to try and steal this one off the Hurricane. There's 1, 2. Lana Austin not having any of it. But it has been 95% Austin ever since the kiss of death. She needs to hit another big one, and for the second time in this matchup, that spear cuts Bea Priestley in half. Came out just about out of nowhere, just like the last one. Austin composing herself now. She wants to make sure that the next move is important. The next move is a big one. She's setting up in the middle of the ring. I think she's going to forego her natural theatrics now. There's the stunner, kiss of death again. No theatrics this time. Straight up in the middle of the ring. Here's the cover. There's 1, 2, 3. Well, what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? Here is your winner, Lana Austin. What's this going on here, Bea Priestley? Priestley offering the hand, congratulating Lana Austin on the big win. Well, that's something. Respect, showmanship, it's all valued here. Congratulations to Lana Austin. We see here Scarlett Black. Lost a match earlier on. In fact, no, she wasn't even in action tonight, was she, with Scarlett Black? I think that might be why she's looking quite angry with Scarlett Black heading into the locker room. Is that? I don't recognise that red hair anywhere. It's Claudia Thorne. She looks a little shifty, does she not? That is interesting. That is very interesting. Are you kidding me? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thought she'd gone to SmackDown Live. I didn't think we'd be seeing her here, but here she is. Please welcome Legend Jessie. The Panay Princess is live here in London. She is live here on Haven Wrestling. And there's a bit of a mixed reaction for Legend Jessie tonight because, you know, she's not usually a fan favourite. Her deplorable actions against Asuka over the last number of months have really turned a lot of people against her, but there's a lot of people that's happy to see her here in Haven Wrestling. A lot of the male fans in the audience I can see jumping up and down for joy there. This former CWR, two-time CWR Women's World Champion, 300 days as champion in counting. She is also currently the SmackDown Live Women's Champion. The most accomplished female athlete to ever walk through the doors of any of our promotions. It looks like she wants to speak. Well, we've definitely seen some great talent so far. Well, we just assumed that you'd be too busy over on SmackDown. Just miscommunication here, it looks like. Well, I mean, that's a little entitled, but... It's Paige! What is Paige doing here? Wow, Paige laying down the challenge there. Oh, digging a little deep there is Legend Jessie. Yeah, that's true, they can't be denied. They've certainly had some wars in the past of these two. Confident as ever. Well, there you have it. You can see it there. The match has been made. Legend Jessie will go one-on-one with Paige 2 weeks' time on Haven, and now we focus. Look at this from Stu Bennett taking a walk down that corridor towards the gorilla position. Stu Bennett certainly not making any friends back there. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a semi-final match in the Haven Heavyweight Wrestling Tournament. Introducing the competitors first from Preston, England, weighing in at 266 pounds. Bad News Stu Bennett. He advanced last week with a forfeit due to Cody Rhodes not appearing in the match. That was because he attacked Rhodes. got him through. Tonight, Stu Bennett has a chance to go one step further, but there's a hell of a challenge on his hands. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent from this evening, from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 225 pounds, representing Los Ignorables de Japón. Said that wrong, didn't I? Tetsuya Naito! Tetsuya Naito was a surprise entrant into the tournament. He wasn't announced in advance. He was the only competitor who wasn't. When he showed up 2 weeks ago on the last show, the roof almost literally came off this place. Tetsuya Naito, one of the biggest stars in the world today, stands right before you in the Haven Wrestling ring. Tonight, one of these two men will pick up the opportunity, pick up the chance to go on to face Alberto El Patron in 2 weeks' time. The winner of that match will become the inaugural heavyweight champion of the world. Bennett, look at him there, big elbow now. Tetsuya Naito may be a lot of things, but what he isn't is a very big man. Stu Bennett, on the other hand, 6'8", 260 pounds. He is a big, big man. 6'8", 6'6", should I say. All the same. Certain size, strength, weight advantage all go to Bennett. But Tetsuya Naito has other tricks up his sleeve, and we know this. The big right there from Bennett. Naito is struggling at this point. Big knee there from Bennett. Naito got started early on in this matchup. He had the early advantage, but since then it's been all Bennett. Just using his power to his advantage is Stu Bennett in this one. We just know there he is. He's calling for it, really. That one bullhammer could end this thing. He said he was going to end the night by knocking Naito out with a bullhammer. It could very well happen. Naito, though, after managing to take advantage of Bennett's distraction, hits that dropkick, goes after the knee. Naito's up to the top rope. This is not something you see the guy do very often. There it is. Big missile dropkick there from Tetsuya Naito, pulling out all the tricks from the bag. He knows he's going to struggle to win this one on size and strength, so he has to use his agility and his brain to win this one. Bennett is going to have a lot of counters. Bennett knows a lot of different styles. He is a heavy hitter. He is a brawler. He is one of the best brawlers in the game today. Up onto the shoulders, though. Look at Naito. There's a driver. Into the cover. Immediately goes Tetsuya Naito. There's 1, 2. Nope, not even a 2 count. Stu Bennett stays alive in this thing. But look at Naito. The pressure is on. Right on top of the skull there. Much slower paced match from Tetsuya Naito than I was expecting. The LIJ leader, I really thought he was going to try and use as much agility as possible. I know it's not usually his style. I know he usually likes to work a slightly slower pace, but on the same token, he knows that favours Bennett. He's a smart man, if nothing else. You can see here Bennett once again driving those knees, using the ropes to his advantage, his long limbs. Russian leg sweep, and Naito is down. Bennett feeling, I think confident is the term. And look at that big forearm there. I think if he'd have been able to wind that up a bit better, that would have been bullhammer time, and that would have been game over. That was a straight right to the top of the skull that time. Bennett hooks him up. Fisherman's... Wow! I was about to try and figure out what to call that, because it wasn't quite a driver, it wasn't quite a suplex. Whatever it was, he threw him on the ground and then just straight up punched him in the face. And look at Stu Bennett now. Could he be looking to end this thing? No, Tetsuya Naito finds the counter, finds that moment. Spinning heel kick from Naito. What's Naito going to do now? He's going to try and cover it. He's going to try and end this one. There's 1, 2. Bennett kicks out pretty easily, in fact. I think Naito knows that he probably wasn't going to win that one there, but making Bennett expend the energy is important. It means when he does go for the kill shot, it's going to be easier to strike. Again, I think Stu Bennett was trying to go for the bullhammer there, trying to sneak it in. Naito wasn't having any of it. There's an elbow of sorts from Bennett there. Pulls him back into the middle of the ring. Once again, hooks that fisherman's light thing. Is he going to do the same thing he is? Drops him on the floor. Straight punch to the top of the head. That is a very effective combo. You don't see it coming. Even if you know that's exactly what Stu's going to do, you're dealing with the fact you've just been flung through the air and then you get smacked in the face. It's quite beautiful, to be fair. Bennett, power advantage there. Drives Naito off. And now Stu Bennett, I think he's looking to end this thing now once and for all. I think he's had enough. No, maybe not. He went in for something there, whatever it was. He charged Naito. Naito swung it round. Beautifully done. Turns it over. Now Naito has the cover once again. There's 1, there's 2. Bennett kicks out just before 3. Look at this. Kind of a stare down, pose down between these two. Naito, I don't know what happened there. He certainly shouldn't have had his back to Stu Bennett at any point. Bennett, may have taken the easy way out with Cody Rhodes last week, but Bennett is a phenomenal fighter. He doesn't need to take the easy way out. He just wanted to. And off the post goes Naito, and the Japanese sensation is in trouble. IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion has this man been. Prestigious titles, there's absolutely no doubt. Of course, Wade Barrett, 5-time WWE Intercontinental Champion. A lot of gold between these two men, especially Intercontinental gold. And now the winds of change by Stu Bennett. I was bound to do it eventually. And Bennett is rolling, and now Stu Bennett, he's going to look to put this thing away and move on to the finals. Bennett has him up on the shoulders. He's going to go big time wasteland. Game. Oh, hang on, what's that? I don't recognise that music. I think we all do. He can't be here. Is he here? Cody Rhodes! That's Cody Rhodes up on the stage. Cody Rhodes is here in the Haven Wrestling Arena. Bennett, your security didn't work, mate. They failed big time. And now, look at this. Tetsuya Naito has stolen it. There's 1, 2, 3. Wow! Bennett was rolling. Bennett had this thing in hand, and then Cody Rhodes made his appearance known. He stepped out onto that stage. Tetsuya Naito took advantage, rolled up Stu Bennett, and now Naito is in the finals. In 2 weeks' time, either Alberto El Patron or Tetsuya Naito will become the first Haven Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Unbelievable. Naito celebrating tonight. He knows he narrowly avoided defeat, but that was his moment. He's saying that right now. He's saying that right now. That was his moment. He took it. Tetsuya Naito is in the final. What a final we are going to have. Ladies and gentlemen, my name has been the Ripper Danny B. That was Haven Wrestling. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for the finals. Take care and keep it sweet.